Hey, what's up, social media family? Man, I hope you're having a great day. Just having a good day around the house today. And I was talking to my wife and my three kids, and we're just talking about life and just everything that life entails, and ministry and business, and talking about the scriptures and all. And we were talking about why so many people in life do great. They do great things with their life. They have powerful ministries. They start nonprofits. They dig water wells in third world countries. They start churches. They start nonprofits, battered women's shelters, feed the homeless, all types of things, provide gifts for kids at Christmas, get in their church, start prayer meetings, just whatever it may be. We talk about why so many people are successful in businesses, why people thrive, why some people that we know have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 businesses, why they're thriving in so many areas. And then we're thinking about how some people just can't get it going. They can't keep a job. They can't stay at one place long. They can't save money. Every time they try to maybe start a business, it fails. They can't keep friends. There's just dysfunction in their life. And I was thinking about that. I said, man, this needs to be a video. But what's the answer? And ultimately, everybody would probably say God. But I know a lot of godly people who are very unsuccessful. I know a lot of very, very, very educated people who are unsuccessful. I was stopped by to see one of my good friends. He has a construction company one day, and they had some guys that were working different construction jobs. And there was one guy, he was brand new. He was a low man on the totem pole. And my friend said, that's my new guy, low man on the totem pole. And I said, oh, he's going to have a hard few weeks until he gets out of that place. He said, yeah, lowest pay, doing a lot of the hardest work. He hadn't quite learned the craft. And my friend looked at me and said, you think he went to college? I said, probably not. He goes, oh yeah, he went to college. He said, hey, where'd you go to college? The guy named her to college. I said, oh. He said, what was your grade point average? He said, 4.0. Okay. Entry level person on a job where he was doing we call it the grunt labor, the hard work. He wasn't getting paid what the skilled people were getting paid. He was bottom level. How? 4.0 college. And I know so many people that have a list of prophetic words over their life. They got lots of prophetic words, but they're doing nothing with it. So I want to talk to you about when the prophetic, faith, radical faith, not just faith, radical faith, and character collide. The word talks about a 3-chord strand. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. In this case, 3 things you need is the prophetic word, you need faith, and you need character. See, when you get a prophetic word, I'm talking about a word from God. Not like just a little small seasonal word, but I'm talking about a big word from God. You got to have a whole lot of faith. And when you have a whole lot of faith, you are going to have to believe big, okay? And as you believe big, when you're doing something, there's always ways you could cut corner, maybe do something a little shady. That's where character comes in. Remember one day I was with one of my kids and they were like, hey Dad, that guy right there, he's always really nice, always comes up and speaks to you, well dressed, real polite. But he just can't ever get things going. I said, baby, he doesn't have character. He gets good prophetic word. He's got faith. This guy will go for it. But when he gets into business deals, he always tries to get there too fast, and he cuts corners, and he lacks character. I said, I know about 4 businesses he started, and they all failed because of character. We've been around other people that have a lot of prophetic words, and they're people of great character. Great character. But they don't have enough faith to step out on the prophetic word. Then I know people with great faith, and I know people that have great character, but they cannot receive the fullness of a prophetic word. I'm in my house office. This is my office at our home. We got ready. Felt the Lord say, build this house. That was a prophetic word. We stepped into it. Right when rates were going up, right when supplies, you couldn't get them, and if you could, the price was through the roof. And the Lord said, build. Everything supernaturally fell into place. And it took a lot of character. And as we were building, people would say, hey, I can get this, I can get that. And I would say, nope, my builder, we got it handled. People say, hey, man, I can get you this wood for this. I said, nope, I like my builder. My builder will take care of it. I'm not trying to say, it all worked out great. My builder's a really good dude. And my wife and I, we just walked through it with character. Prophetic word came to pass because we had faith and we had character. You know, every time I've ever tried to start a ministry or a business off of a prophetic word, I had to stand on great faith. There's also times that there could always be a shortcut. I'm always like, no. I'll always choose character. I'll always choose integrity. Does it mean you usually wait longer? Yeah. It just does. It just does. But it works out. When you stay in there with character and integrity, it just works out. So, I just want to tell you, go over your prophetic words, grow your faith. Grow your faith. Make sure you got character and integrity. I tell my kids all the time, it takes years to build character, a good reputation, and 1 moment to ruin it. God's looking for people who can carry a strong anointing in this season, strong prophetic word, to move in that word, to operate in faith, and do it with the character. Let's say God gives you a business and you become a multimillionaire. Will you keep your character? What happens when you, in ministry circles, your ministry grows? Things happen. You get some success in ministry. Will you keep your character? Success and money doesn't pollute people. It just exposes them for who they really are. I know some people who were just flat broke and they got a lot of money and it destroyed them. Then I know people who didn't have a lot of money and then they worked hard on some business adventures and made a lot of money. Now they're buying homes for people who've been in sex trafficking. They're constantly building water wells in third world countries. They're constantly helping out. I got this one friend of mine. He got in this business and really did good. And one day he walks up to his pastor and says, "What does our church need that you think we can't do?" Pastor looked at him. He said, "Well, I mean, he said, that's the dream I'm talking about." Pastor said, "Well, I've always dreamed of a family life center." The guy said, I'll pay for the dirt work, the plumbing, and the slab." The pastor's like, "Wow, I was scared to even mention it, that I wanted to do it because it was so expensive. You're covering the dirt work, all the plumbing, wiring, everything underneath, and the slab. That's huge." That's what I'm talking about. When you step in the prophetic, it's just a good season, friends. Just go for it. Just do it. Do it scared. I don't care if you're scared. I've done so many things in my life that I was scared to do. When I was a little boy, we'd go to the city pool. One day, my dad, he took us to the city pool. He said, "Boy, you get in, you go to the high dive and jump off the high dive in the deep. Don't put your toe and see if the water's fine. Just go jump off the high dive." I said, "Dad," I was probably 5, 6. I said, "Dad, I ain't jump off the high dive." He said, "Just go do it. Just go do it. Just go do it. Don't even check to see if the water's good. There's a lot of people in the shallow end, son. Not that many people's in the deep. Go wide in the deep." I was scared. I was 5, 6. Big old, probably about, 15 feet. I jumped off, and when I jumped in, I looked around. There wasn't nobody around me. I had the deep end to myself. I swam around the side, gave Dad a thumbs up. He gave me I went and jumped, kept doing it again, jump off. And all these little kids are just crowded up, bumping into each other in the shallow end. I was having a blast. Jump off the high dive. Get into the water. Get into the deep things. Get into the deep things. God is looking for things to give people that will walk them out in faith. Walk in character. Yep. Hang on. If my buddy's watching this, we were at Seaside last year, and I called and I got me some deep sea fishing gear for 2 days. Right here, boy. Real 38. This guy said, "Man, I stepped out, bought me some gear, started renting them, basically jumped into the deep along the whole Rosemary, Seagrove, Seaside 38. Man, he's always setting up those poles for people to fish." And he said, I just thought, I'm going for this thing. I'm going for it. He said, "I stay so booked. He said, "I really felt the Lord tell me to do this." And it was so funny because we were talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I just, I had a trip not long ago with Robbie Donkins. I had one with, who was it? Bill Johnson's son from Bethel. He named a few more people. And he was just like, man, God's just doing it." But I just stepped out and did it. He got a prophetic word, got the faith, man of great character, and just going for it. And I wrote my first book. I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to read this stuff. I just went for it. What would happen if the prophetic words over your life aligned and matched up with faith and character? Some great things could happen. All right, guys, I hope this helped. If you need prayer for something along these lines, message me at jojoedawson.net. I want to pray for you because I want you to dive into the deep. And I want you to do all the things God has called you to do. Love you guys.